Hello, Taurus. Welcome in. Welcome back. How you doing, my babies? I hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. Thank God it's Friday, right? All right. So if you haven't been with me before, welcome. My name is Priscilla. I'm a psychic, medium, tarot reader, healer, empath, and I also have the gift of telekinesis. Which, if I forget to give you an example, go back to the last one. I also do necromance, which speaking to my spirits, I speak to them through my emblem here. Okay. They're going to pick out the first several cards, Taurus, and then we're going to, I feel like I want to do this mean girl deck today. I don't know. Something just called me. Spirits are calling me to do this mean girl deck. Okay. So again, my spirits will pick out the first several cards. They're going to be picking out from What's the Tea deck. Okay. So let's see what is going on in your energy today. You can be dealing with a Scorpio. Taurus, you can be dealing with a Scorpio in your energy. All right, Spirit. What do you got to tell Taurus? We all live different lives and we're all on different timelines. So please take what resonates and leave the rest to who it belongs to. Okay, I do private readings. My information is down below. All right, so let's get started here. Subscribe to my channel so my spirits can pick up on your energy. Okay. All right, so let's see what crowns you, Taurus. What crowns Taurus, Spirit? They go over the cards saying no, and then when they want to choose that card, they say yes. So it's definitely strong on this card right here, saying hooked. For some of you, you're hooked to something. Somebody's hooked to you. You're hooked on something. Okay. But this means hook. For some of you, you're fishermen, you like to fish. You might be dealing with the water sign, Cancer, Scorpio. Again, like I said, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, okay? But somebody definitely is hooked on something here. Maybe for some of you, you're trapped in a relationship because I do see a chain here. Maybe you're chained to somebody, or I feel maybe trapped or chained or something. But Queen Rising, that's right, Queen Rising. This is your third eye, stepping into your power, praising, coming up in your spotlight. That's right, Queen Rising. For some of you, you have curly hair or red hair to your shoulders, or long red hair here, auburn color hair. Pirates are significant. Pirates, or somebody likes the Pirate Times or something like that. Caribbean, Queens of Caribbean, all that. That I don't know. Johnny Depp, that movie, Caribbeans of whatever. That's called jackpot. All right, jackpot. For some of you, you're winning money. You got rich, an inheritance here, unexpected money. That's right. For some of you, you're manifesting this, or you're trying to manifest this money here. For some of you, you're playing lottery, or for some of you, probably live by Atlantic City. You gamble, or for some people here, but there's definitely some kind of money. Somebody got inheritance. Maybe you got some money from like a lawsuit or something. Got rich all of a sudden by winning money, or from a lawsuit or something like that. Maybe lottery. Okay. Your heart chakra right now is a dirty offer. Okay. Here's a dirty offer. Whatever this means, again, we're all on different timelines and we all live different lives. If this doesn't belong to you, just, move on to the next message. All right. But there's a dirty offer right here that's coming through here. And this can be with money. Okay. This can be with money. Taurus. Sacred. Somebody's cock blocking something, or someone here. Someone's cock blocking something or someone. Okay. Birds are significant as well. Eagles. You can have, birds all around you or something like that. Or maybe you're interested into birds. You love birds, or you bird watch, or something to do with birds. Maybe you feed the birds or something like that. But white birds, tan birds are significant. Maybe you're hearing or seeing doves of some sort. Pigeons. Bird watching, I heard right now. Bird listening. Imposter. Somebody in your and around your energy is imposter. Okay, wants to be you, acts like you, dresses like you, looks like you, copies you. Either somebody's impersonating somebody here, because impersonator came out in the sacred chakra. Okay, this can be your other half. You mirror each other. This can be somebody mirroring each other, but somebody in your energy wants to be like you, acts like you, dresses like you, looks like you, copies you. Michael Jackson is significant. Your name could be Michael, last name Jackson, or MJ or JM is significant. Your first name can begin with M. Okay, middle name. What grounds you is wasting time. All right, so Spirit is saying you're wasting time on something. You're stuck. There's no changes here on something. It's limited. Maybe, your time is limited. Maybe your resources are limited. Maybe you're stuck. Maybe something is stagnant in your energy. Okay, but 207 is significant here. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's an Aquarius, all right, or a Capricorn, okay? But something in your energy, what grounds you right now, is wasting time. Something in or around your energy is wasting time. Something around you is wasting time, or maybe, something to do with wasting time. Same shit, different day. Maybe you might be doing the same thing and expecting different results, okay, for some of you. Or maybe, something to do with that. That's what I just heard. Same shit, different day. Maybe doing the same thing but expecting different results. So maybe you have to change up something, or maybe you're wasting time with something and you got to change something up. All right, but let's see what this Mean Girl Tarot says. All right, let's see what this is all about. Because Spirit wanted me to do this. For some of you, have stomach problems right now, back problems or whatever. You're feeling like you can't breathe. For some of you Tauruses, not for everyone. Please take it where it resonates and leave the rest to who it belongs to. Subscribe to my channel so I can pick up, my spirits can pick up on your energy, okay? And it keeps me motivated. It keeps a girl motivated too. God, right? All right, my babies, let's go. What is this all about, Taurus? What's this Mean Girl energy all about? What you're trying to tell me? What's this? Okay, so Three of Wands, you're looking forward. Okay, looking forward to something here. Three of Flames, which means Three of Wands. And Ace of Flames. Beginnings, new beginnings of some sort. Yeah, coming up. You're coming up to something here. But for some of you, maybe you camp out, or you do fire or something about camping out. Okay, guys, maybe very connected to earth. I see, very connected to the earth. Oh, yeah, for some of you, you're just looking forward. You're planning on something. Maybe you're planning on relocating here. Maybe you're planning on, I see here, like, a sleeping bag. Maybe you're camping, maybe off grid or something, looking forward to something here. But somebody's planning to move forward with some kind of plans, expansion, overseas, maybe even travel. Okay? With the Ace of Flames, that's new beginnings, new forward, new ideas, new opportunities that are coming up. You're coming up on a spotlight right here. Blue here is significant. Blue highlights, red highlights. Oh. What's this jackpot? What's this winning money? I got a flipper here. Yeah, the Hermit. All right, the Hermit. For some of you, you want to be alone. You're soul searching. You don't want anybody around you, and trying to find out some kind of truth here. Maybe this unexpected money that somebody wants to keep hidden or keep to themselves. The Hierophant. is here, some kind of spiritual and religious factor, maybe some kind of dirty offer. I don't know. I'm getting cult like, you know, I don't know. I'm getting cult feelings here. I don't know why. Maybe for some of you, maybe spiritual awakenings are a factor or something to do with that. Number 5 is significant. All right, like May 5th, May 10th, April 25th is significant. All right, so we have 7 of Cups. You know, 7 of Cups. Choices. Choices. I feel like, you know, this person got left out. You know, choices. This is illusions. This is having choices and also having illusions. But this person is like, you know, being the last person being called or something like that. But somebody's definitely cock blocking, like getting like, you know, mean girl vibes here, but cock blocking. Somebody doesn't want somebody to do something. Somebody's cock blocking somebody from doing something. Somebody's hating on somebody or something is stalling out here, stuck, you know, cock blocking. Straight up, just, you know, not letting something happen here. Somebody's definitely not, you know, is cock blocking somebody. I don't know, making things not happen here. What's this impersonator? What's the 7 of Cups with the Hierophant? 2 of Flames, so 2 of Wands. That's right. Moving, you know, again, planning ahead, planning, looking out the window, planning right now. Yeah, for some of you, you know, like have to stop being delusional, I just heard, and move on, or something to do with that. Something about being delusional and trying to make another plan or something like that. Something to do with another plan. Make another plan. 2 of Flames, 3 of Flames, you know, 2 of Cups and 3 of Cups. Hold on one second. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so 2 of Flames. I feel like, again, planning, replan. Full ground. For some of you, you're dealing with an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. Here we got the, you know, 6 of Flames, having public recognition, being victorious. Okay, being victorious, moving. I feel like, you know, for some of you, 6 of Wands. I don't know why people, I feel like, you know, there's haters behind you right there. There's haters. I don't know. We'll look deeper into this, but I feel like, you know, move on or whatever to victory. But so for some of you, you're moving on to victory. You're planning for victory or something to do with your job or maybe a move or something like that. But it's definitely going to be victorious and you're going to be achieving and people are going to, you know, applaud you. Here we go, local travel. That's right. Again, with the travel, somebody's definitely going to travel, a mini vacation. Maybe some people need to get out more. Maybe this is just a romantic weekend getaway, but, you know, maybe it says having to drive more. So for some of you, you're going to have to drive more. I don't know if this is to your job or to wherever you're going, but it says having to drive more. Okay. And then again, with the 2 of Flames, you know, looking forward, traveling, preparing. So maybe for some of you, you're preparing, you know, to get to travel or a mini local vacation or preparing to, you know, get away for the weekend or having to drive more for something. All right. So, you know, dice. All right. Like getting out of your comfort zone, time to, you know, take risk here. And then we have the Devil, all right, with the Hermit, Again, you know, some kind of cult, black magic, I feel. I don't know. But this is addictions, problems, obsessions, dependencies, financial, bad financial habits, materialism. Here it says devil. So, you know, maybe for some of you with the hermit, maybe something to do with this money too, because jackpot and this money and this winning this money. Maybe, you know, this money created some kind of, you know, toxicity for some people. That's why, you know, hermit is here, soul searching and being alone. Being in a bad space or something spiritually. I don't know. Thorns. There's thorns here. A painful sacrifice. Hard to, you know, a hard choices to prevail, you know, with this dirty offer. You know, suffering for a goal. Somebody here is suffering for a goal, you know. There's a painful sacrifice that somebody's making here with the devil. Now look, angel. Now angel's coming up here. Okay, and it fell right on top of devil. So, but you're divinely guided. You know, ask for help from your angels. You're protected. Pay attention to the signs and your dreams. They're saying, pay attention to your signs and dreams because somebody's definitely trying to you know, trying to block you from doing something here. All right, trying to, you know, disillusional to do the right thing. All right, and it says marriage under your sacred chakra, marriage here. You know, attracting a long-term partner, marriage life. New partner may be divorced, attracted to a married person. Oh, marriage life, period. You know, luck, a good fortune is coming in. All right, with this victory. Your fulfilled wishes are coming here. Unexpected happiness, just like unexpected money here. Okay, but there's unexpected happiness that's coming, and this can be with your marriage. Good fortune is coming up. Positive change is coming in. You know, happy wife, happy life energy is what I'm getting there. Okay. If mom's not happy, nobody's happy. So I just heard. What else for Taurus? Sidetracked. You know, again with the road here. Look at that with the road. Something to do with the road. Somebody's definitely hitting the road. Somebody's definitely traveling. Somebody's definitely driving. Maybe long distance, short distance. Maybe you have to drive more. Something to do with driving. Okay. Travel, driving. All right. Now, again, look, high brakes. Hit the brakes. All right. They're saying hit the brakes. Something to do with driving. I'm telling you. Somebody got sidetracked. They're saying to hit the brakes. So 7-8 is here. All right. 7 and 8. So May 7th, May 8th. May 27th, May 28th. You can be 34 to 43 years old. It says 34, 30, 43 or 34 years old here. And then it says truth lives, you know, and right, you know, with the devil right above it. So, you know, truth is going to prevail here. All right. Your angels are going to give you signs either in your dreams or in the 3D right now. Okay. So pay attention to your dreams. Maybe somebody around you is belligerent or, you know, just nasty and they like to yell and scream a lot. I just heard. Okay. So truth lives. Truth lives. It says here, justice is coming. So whatever is going to happening here, this codependency, this obsession, justice is going to prevail. All right. Abiding and abetting. Aiding and abetting. Whoa. Aiding and abetting. It says, so somebody here is aiding and abetting somebody. All right. Could be each other or whatever, but 1970 is here. 07, you can be seeing 777. All right, deep-seated discrimination. And that's what I feel with this whole 7 of Cups, this illusion. Somebody's trying to make you maybe feel, you know, trapped, doesn't want you to say anything, doesn't want you to do anything, deep-seated discrimination. They don't want you to have an opinion. They just want you to, you know, narcissist energy. But your angels are helping you out here. You're protected, so pay attention to the signs. All right. 1964 is significant as well. Again, 46 is here. 46 and 47 years old, or 1946 or 1947 is significant. Opportunity awaits. All right, opportunity awaits. With the Two of Flames here, all right. Something has to be done differently. All right. They're saying something has to be done differently because opportunity awaits. I just heard. 1974 is significant as well. You know, we have 11 years old here. So we might have somebody with 11-year-old, maybe relationship, 11-year-old child, 11 years on the job. But 11 is significant. May 11th, April 21st. Mob mentality. All right. Escaping away from this mob mentality. This coming in backwards. You're escaping from this mob mentality. And that's what I feel like with this. You know, victory. Like you're going, but you know, your victory, but you got a face on. There's a face on. There's like a, you know, like a resting bitch face that's going on here. But somebody's, you know, traveling on. I don't know, maybe if somebody's mad and they want to leave or something like that, or they're looking to, I don't know, something to do with that. Mad leaving or something. But somebody's definitely maybe leaving from this mob mentality, or something to do with, you know, escaping or being around people with the mob mentality. All right, 22 is here. So you can be 22 years old. All right, April 22nd is here, but 22 is significant, that number. That can be your address or something. You could be seeing 222, something like that. Okay. Let's give you one of these, Taurus. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Takes 2 seconds and it's free. And it keeps me motivated to come back and reading for you guys. So don't forget to like and put the notifications on all. So when I go live, you can ask Spirit whatever you need to ask them. But don't forget to subscribe so they can pick up on your energy. My beautiful Taurus, my Rams. All right, let's see. You're juggling. That's right. You're juggling right now. You're juggling a lot of things. You know, finances, home, work, school, you know, gym, children, finances, computers. I mean, everything. Okay, you're juggling right now. It's like a two of Pentacles energy here, having too much on their plate, you know, dealing with multiple obligations at one time, unable to make decisions based on confused emotions. That's what's coming up here. Juggling. This is you juggling. All right. Unable to make decisions based on confused emotions. So just take a step back, breathe. Everything's going to be okay. All right. What are you going to tell me with these cards here? This deck. Taurus. Taurus. What do we got for Taurus here? Liminal space. The number 9 is also significant. May 10th is significant. All right. Doorway between identities, phases, or realities. Space where rules dissolve, mystery, surrender. This is you right now. You're in between the doorway, between identities. You know, phases between reality. Things are a mystery, I feel, to you right now. I feel like you're surrendering to, you know, the divine or something. 444 on the clock, okay? Look up those angel numbers, but 444 is significant. Ooh. Code switch, code switch here. Somebody's adapting for survival, living in duality realities, adjusting identities to be accepted in different spaces. All right. Somebody's playing, two faces here, and there's two faces. They're dueling here. One, code switch. 149 is significant. 1994, adapting for survival. Living in dual realities here, adjusting identities to be accepted in different spaces. So different people see different faces. All right, is what I'm getting. This can be you or somebody in your energy right now in survival mode or code switch, whatever. Got to act some way in front of, some people and act a different way in another. All right, there's bitter victory here, though. There's bitter victory. All right, didn't win anything, but still feel like they gained emotionally from someone else's loss, So there's bitter victory here. Bitter victor. I'm sorry, I didn't see if there's no why, but it's bitter victor. Maybe there's somebody in your energy that Victor or somebody that begins with the letter V. All right, didn't win anything, but still feel like they gained emotionally from someone else's loss. All right, this is that person. All right, put in place. Somebody, put in play. Sorry. This is a leap of faith. This is initiation of process, situation, or action, bringing potential into reality. All right. I feel like there was a trickle effect or something, a domino effect of some sort. All right. There was a domino effect of some sort. Something has been put into play here. It might be this dirty offer. All right. That might have to be a painful sacrifice of some sort. What is this deep-seated discrimination? Choosing the bear, choosing the bear. 1995, again, is significant. Okay, rather be alone with a wild animal than with an XY chromosome human. All right, for some of you, you rather just be with animals. You rather be with your dogs, your cats, your animals, than be with humans. You love your animals more than humans. Somebody's got a tattoo sleeve here. Maybe you wear braids or something too with Indian descent is here. Rather be alone with a wild animal than with the next Y chromosome human. Abundant minded. That's right. Abundant minded. There you go with and it fell right on the luck here. All right. So there's resources. There's believes resources, love, success, or joy are not infinite. Mindset of plenty, unselfless. All right. So somebody here, you might be seeing 111. All right, your birthday's on the 11th, so the 11 is significant to you. But somebody here is abundant minded. They're. This is you. This is you. Somebody's relocating, somebody's resting, but for some of you, your glass is, half full than half empty. You have abundant mindset. And again, you might be seeing 111 or 11 is significant, those numbers. All right. But yeah, real talk. Real talk is here. Honest and direct conversation, candid speech or conversation, laying it all on the table. For some of you, this is you. You're having a real talk with someone. You're laying it all on the table. You don't want to be limited anymore. You don't want to, keep pretending about something here. I don't know why I went for these cards, but these spirit leads me wherever when I'm reading these cards. So let's see what they have to say. I'll read a couple of these. Bad health, illness is here. Somebody, maybe you, somebody around your energy or something. There's some kind of a health, scare or something. Maybe somebody has a fever in your medication. They're saying to, herbs, treat it with nerves. Maybe somebody has a tooth, something to do with somebody's teeth. Okay, something to do with somebody's teeth. But there's a new start of a new journey. Here we go with the roads again. All right, there's definitely somebody's traveling here. There's already 3 times, whatever, but there's roads again. It says, start a new journey, find yourself, true self, travel, spiritual quest, a walk in nature, destinations, mystery, adventure. There's explore, step into the unknown, take action, follow your heart, experiences, the flow of life, spiritual cleansing. All right. And then the number 0 can be in your address, or it can be in your age or something like that. But this is it. Yeah, finding your true self, starting a journey, traveling, a spiritual quest, mystery adventures. Again, again with the traveling, somebody's definitely traveling, going on a quest, an adventure, something like that. But somebody definitely got sidetracked too. All right, so we have playing games with you, mind games, lies, attempts to disempower, manipulation is here, intimidate, knowing how to outwit, influence, control, narcissist personality. It says on 68. So 68 is significant and 86 is also significant. All right, 1968, 1986. Somebody is plays checkers. I mean, I'm sorry, chess. Somebody's plays chess around here, but somebody's definitely has a narcissistic energy around you right now. Okay, manipulates and I feel like they know it all, control and all that stuff. All right. It says here, adjust the posture, align, balance chakras, breathe, energy flow. And then 24 is here, 42, but it says 24. So 24 is significant and 42 is also significant. 2 bodies, 1 soul, pure love. All right. That's what it says here, too, in your sacred chakra. So right now, for some of you, you're, marriage in a long-term relationship right now. And you're, it's pure love. It's 2 bodies and 1 soul. Here we have, for some of you, you are same sex. Energy shift is here. 1973, 37 is it also significant. But the number 10 is also significant as well. May 10th is here. But energy shift, there's definitely some kind of energy shift that happened. Okay. That's going to happen or is, about to happen. Something to do with that. All right. Real talk. Okay. Real talk. All right. This was your message, your reading. I hope it resonated with you. If it didn't, come back for the next. To love, light, and peace to each and every one of you. Please be kind to one another. Don't be mean because mean people suck. Okay, thank you and peace out.